on your social media, you recently posted a picture of a fan that got your logo tattooed on their arm. So, two questions. Number one, what does that logo represent? And number two, a fan getting that tattoo, is that flattering or does that scare you a little bit?
For,
Discourse.
first of all, thank you for asking about my logo. You are the first person ever in the history of my interviews to ask me what does the logo mean. So thank you for that. The logo is a symbol of it's a shield. So the
So you have the
initials,
initials.
yep, the initials obviously are my name, and then the shield around it with the bull horns at the top. Do you remember, or have you ever seen the trains that have like that shaped shield in front of them and they just plow through the ice and the snow? Have you ever seen that?
Only in like cartoons or like animated
Okay,
stuff.
so that does exist, and it's usually out, where they have severe snowstorms and all that kind of stuff. And so, if you ever see videos on YouTube of these trains that literally just plow through like the craziest conditions, that's where I kind of got the concept from, is to create a shield that is my protector, as we plow through, all the different things that you have to face in this business. And the horns is a sign of strength and, that of a warrior to keep fighting through it and plowing through it. So that's what the logo means. The guy that got it tattooed on his arm, he's the third person that has sent me a tattoo that they've got that is either, related to my music in some way, shape, or form. But he was the first person to actually tattoo the logo. So it was crazy because I was having a really shitty day, actually, the day that he did that. And he randomly texted me a picture of it and said, this is for life or something, and you better not quit music. And so the funniest thing is that I know he was kidding, but I was having a bad day, and it was just cool to get that little message from the universe of like, don't quit music. Don't let, not that I would ever quit music, but don't let what's happening right now affect you, And that's what I was talking about before. It's like, I've created this Frankenstein and now it's walking and I'm responsible for what it does, and what it doesn't do, So I'm incredibly flattered that this dude, thought that highly of me, that he was going to go out and get my logo put on his body. And it's not a small tattoo, it's a big tattoo.
Yeah, it's the arm, right?
Yeah, it's the whole upper arm. And it's just, it's wild, man. It's something that I don't take for granted. And I'm flattered that this guy found something so inspiring in what I'm doing, that he did that. I think that's really, really incredible.
It's funny that you said the term for life, because as you were saying, where, he mentioned, oh, you better do this for life because I have this tattoo for life. As you said for life, I was thinking this guy should get free tickets to your shows for life or something. Like the term for life was in my head as well. I think that's worthy of something, like a free show every year, or like a free guest. I don't know, something, man. That's nobody's made that kind of a commitment to me before. So I think that should be honored in some way.
He's definitely going to hear this podcast, because I know he checks out all the stuff that I do, and I'm so grateful that he does that. And he's definitely going to agree with you. But I've done something pretty special for him that he doesn't know about yet, that I'm going to announce in a bit. But yeah,
you're going to make him a charcuterie board.
I
like it.
I'm really grateful, and there's a lot of fans out there that may not have gotten a tattoo or anything, but they are diehard supporters, and I love every single one of them. And I started this new thing actually nightly where I go on Instagram live at 9:00. It's called the Poor Chang thing. And,
has a nice ring to it.
We just sit outside and shoot the shit. And, there's no real reason other than just to connect with the community and hang out. So we do that every night at 9:00. And, a lot of people tune in. It's starting to grow. So it's really cool.
That's awesome. So recently, I had Canadian Idol winner Brian Mello on my podcast. We had a great chat. I've been following his podcast, and he's had some amazing guests on. He's had Susie McNeil and Doug Gilmore and Rick the Temp and some amazing people. So I thought, okay, I'm going to see if I can get my boy David Boyd James on there. So I reached out to you first, just seeing if
Mhm.
that's something you'd want to do, and then I reached out to Brian and said, hey. I'm good friends with this guy. He's doing very well with country. He's got a new album. Things are awesome. It would be a good it would be a good episode. And I just saw that. I think today it went live. Right, the
It,
episode of you and him. I think I just saw it on Spotify.
it just did. He just released it today, and thank you again for setting that up. It's incredible how alike Brian and I are, and really, really connected with that dude. And not only did that podcast launch today, thanks to you, we're also going to be doing a show December 19th, just outside of Chatham. And I was literally hanging out with him doing the podcast, and I said, "Hey, man, I got the show coming up. Do you want to come and play?" Like, and he's like, "Hell yeah!" And so that's what I mean. It's just weird how it's funny how things come together. It's really, really cool. But yeah, we had a really good chat, and that dropped today.
It's amazing. I'll go check it out. And you mentioned that you've been going live on your social media to hang out with your fans and friends. And I just want to talk about your social media real quick. You show a lot of gratitude on your social media. So you're always saying thank you and being grateful. So why is that important? And then also on your social media, I mean, most people just promote themselves, and you more than anyone that I've seen, you're promoting others. When another artist has a new song or a music video or an album or a concert, you're giving them shout outs. So why, where does that come from that you use your social media selflessly and show gratitude and use it as a platform to help others?
Um, because I really hated the life that I used to have, um, and I love, um, I'm very grateful that I get to make music. And I'm not just saying that because it's some cliche shit that's just going to match the show. It's like, that's really how I feel. And, it's frustrating sometimes when things aren't reciprocated, but I remind myself, I'm not doing it so it's reciprocated. I'm doing it because I'm truly trying to help build a community, and I'm trying to help grow something, you know? And I mean, I think a lot of people, for whatever reason, they have this fear of like, well, I'm not going to tell him these secrets because they'll help him and not help me. And it's just a wrong mentality. I mean, you get an abundance of something when you show an abundance of gratefulness and gratitude for those things. Aaron Allen is one of my good friends, and anytime I get a chance to pull him up, I pull him up, and anytime he gets a chance to pull me up, he pulls me up, and that's how it should be.